Hi artists, we're opening up the clay studio today. The first thing you'll need to do is when you get your clay, you'll have to wedge your clay. You will also need to be working on a canvassed surface. I will have some bowls for molds. You'll need a cup of slip. You'll need some tools. There'll be a box that shows you how big your projects can be. And I'll also have some plastic wrap, and there will be a couple of rolling pins at your table. There's also some slab roller sticks. So when you're wedging your clay, you're just pressing down on the clay with the heel of your hand, and that pushes out any air bubbles. Now I'm going to roll out my clay. I'm just going to press it down on the table a couple times, and then I'm going to take my slab roller sticks and start rolling my clay out. This helps me keep my clay even when I'm rolling it out. Now I'm ready to press my clay over my mold. I'll need to protect my plate or my bowl with a plastic wrap. That way the clay won't stick to the bowl. So I'll take my clay and I'll start gently just laying it over and gently pressing it down, being very careful not to tear the clay. You may need to add some slip to make sure that that clay stays moist. I see a part of my bowl that needs more clay, so I'm just going to take some clay and form it against the edge there, using that slip to attach it. Now I'm going to add some decorations or details, and I'm just taking some pieces of clay and rolling small balls out of them. When I'm ready to attach my small pieces of clay, I can't just lay it on my clay because when it dries, that small piece of clay will just roll right off because it's going to dry separately. I need to score and slip my two pieces of clay that I'm going to be attaching. Scoring just means that you're taking a tool and you're doing a crisscross motion or crisscross pattern on the clay, on both parts of the clay that you're going to attach. Then you'll take some slip and wet that area of both of the pieces of clay that you're going to try to attach, and now you're going to press down both pieces so that they attach. Try not to drop your clay, but you'll see that that wet slip against that scoring will act as an adhesive. Continue adding details to make your work of art unique and interesting. Now it's time to take your clay bowl out of the mold, and you just simply lift it with the plastic and carefully peel the plastic off. Carefully flip it on the other side and you should see some cracks, and you're just going to take some slip and smooth that out. Try hard not to press down on that mold. And now you will need to label your work. And the best tool for this is actually a pencil. I would flip my bowl over and just write your name and your class code. All right, your next option is to make a small sculpture. Again, your sculpture needs to fit the box, so you know what size is acceptable. You're going to start with a pinch pot. When you're making a pinch pot, you're going to just use your thumb to press a hole into a ball of clay, and you're going to continue to just pinch the sides of that hole that you created to make a thinner wall. Your sculpture will have to be hollow so that it doesn't explode in the kiln. So that's why you have to start with the pinch pot. So here I'm just measuring out some legs. I need to make sure that my legs are going to be strong enough to hold that pinch pot. So I'm kind of making my legs a little bit shorter, stumpier, because they have to be strong enough to hold that heavy pinch pot. Now we're gonna just measure it out, and I need to make sure that I'm going to score and slip my two pieces of clay that I'm going to be attaching together. I'm also gonna smooth the sides so that it looks like it's one piece of clay together. Make sure you're scoring and slipping. Use your tools to smooth out your clay, especially if you're making a sculpture. You want it to look like it's all one piece of clay. Also check the size so that it fits in that box.